And now we have the last type. So when someone that you have been together with for 10, 15, or 20 years, chances are that those years have not been very good, right? Or it's been a relationship that's been codependent, or a relationship when one person is very controlling, or a relationship where you want to save or change or fix someone. That type of relationship. And then one person has enough. The person realizes they want something else. Maybe they don't want to be controlled. They're going to attract, if they don't do the healing work, they're still going to attract someone who's somewhat toxic, emotionally unavailable, or a fixer too, but in a different way that works for them, because they realized that with you, they don't like that dynamic. So it's not something against you as a human being. It's just like they can't continue to do what they want to do, whatever that looks like, if they continue to stay with you. And also, most likely, if you've been with someone for a very long time and you yet have, to move into the right direction of commitment, whatever that looks like for you, or to get married, and you haven't so far, and you've been accepting their excuses and their apologies and whatnot, you can't expect anything less. You can't. If you're like, oh, it's fine, take your time, babe. Oh yeah, we can wait 5 years to get married. And then you break up, or you take some time off, and they meet someone else, and that person is like, nope, if you want to be with me, you gotta, this is what I will put up with, and this is what I will not put up with. And they're like that. And the person goes, oh, I like that. Yes, I want to do it. But they don't do it for the woman, they do it for themselves. They choose to change for themselves. This is why I teach my clients to never try to change any man. First of all, it won't work. Second of all, it's not empowering. It's very bad on their self-esteem and their confidence. But third of all, like, if they want to change, they will change. So when you say to yourself, he changed for her, he didn't change for her. He changed for himself. He chose a new direction because he thinks it's going to benefit him. He's going to be happier. He's going to enjoy this relationship more if he does something in a different way. And he's choosing to do that probably because she put her foot down. And she's doing something that you didn't do. In terms of the communication or her standards, whatever the case may be. But again, I'm sharing this just to reflect to you that it has nothing to do with who you are. Like, your worth is perfect. Like, you're so pure, you're so beautiful, you're so magical, you're perfect the way you are, right? You're perfectly imperfect. And when you realize that she didn't change him either, and you realize that no one can change anyone, but you can choose your standards. You can choose what you put up with. And then you allow that person to up level, or they got to leave. The problem that a lot of women make is that they say, I want this, I want that. I'm going to put up with this. I'm not going to put up with that. But then they revert back from what they said. And they give another chance and another chance and another chance. Then they meet someone who doesn't put up with the same crap. And then you're like, oh, she's better. Or she changed him. No, she probably just didn't put up with it and he decided to make a choice. So that's really what happens. No one is better than you. It's just that certain people are better suitable for one another than other people. It just works better. And so the whole, oh, he's never going to find someone better than me. It's not very empowering. He's not going to find someone better than you, but he's going to find someone better for him, that works better for him, if that makes sense. Okay, that was my little rant. Jesus, I attract all of them, but I need to say I break up with every person, I think, out of fear. They tell me time again that they're tired of me breaking up with them. I am a runner, right? So you have the avoidant attachment style, right? You run away when things get hard. You have a little bit of you're a little bit emotionally unavailable. You're a little bit of fearful. You have some controlling tendencies. So you just have a blend. You have a blend. So you have to look at what you need to heal. And then you need to work on healing yourself. Work on healing yourself. And that needs to be the priority. Same with my guy here. I'm loving him and supporting his healing journey because I have been there. He's afraid of commitment as well. He's afraid of getting hurt. So am I. So we are ending our relationship so he can work on himself and be ready for another woman. That makes me upset. I was just going to clap him. I thought that was great, but that makes you upset. Okay. Yeah. Okay, okay, how can I put this? It is very good in the long term. I know it sucks now, and I feel your pain. I've had situations where I've had dudes that I talked to or I dated, they went back to their exes. I have experienced my fair share of heartbreak too, so I know it hurts. But why I'm clapping is because it's better for you and it's better for him. You loving him, you supporting him, everything you've done for him, you should have done that because you want to do that. You should have done that because you want to do that, not because you want them to change or to do it right back to you, because then what? You are being manipulative. You're operating from the wounded feminine. Your mother wound is in control. Does this make sense, ladies? When we are doing work or when we're being this wonderful person for someone, and then it comes to show that we're not meant to be, and we're like, I hate this. Now they're going to go and be healed for someone else. Why? Why is that a problem? No, because now you want to control. Now you went from operating from the wounded feminine. Now you're turning over to the wounded masculine. No. I don't want it to happen, right? So you want to maintain control because that's one aspect of the wounded masculine. I don't want them to move on. I don't want them to love anybody but me. I may exaggerate a little bit here, but you get the gist. So I'm going to stick around. I'm going to create an environment where we both can survive so they don't leave me because I have abandonment issues and I don't feel like I'm good enough and I don't think I'm ever going to find anybody better. And all I need and all I want is for them to truly love me in the way I want them to love me. So I'm showing them how to love me because I'm doing it for them and I get frustrated if they don't do it back for me. Does this make sense? Alex, I have a little bit of all this mess going on. I don't agree. I think it's natural to want to receive and exchange. I'm no longer giving without receiving. Absolutely, it's natural to want to receive. But what I'm saying is when it's not working, all the work that you have done, you cannot do the work expecting something in return. We're not doing things expecting something in return. That's being manipulative in return. And then eventually it's like, okay, this is not working out. And that person moves on and then gets better and starts giving to someone else. That no longer is relevant because you had an opportunity to leave the situation. Okay, so you can only control you. Kim said, I did a lot for him, but at the same time, I gave a lot and my time was wasted. He can't love me back. Okay, so my belief is that your time was never wasted. What you did for someone taught you about you. What you didn't get in return taught you about what you want in your future partner. Make sense? So then when you meet your new person, you get to talk about this. Hey, I was with someone, he was very needy, but sometimes he would turn this way. When I needed something, I want someone who's like my partner in crime or my partner in prayer, whatever the word is that you want to use. Like, what kind of person are you? And you get to start these conversations early on because you had those experiences. And you got to see what a beautiful heart you have, right? I gave so much. But did I always give unconditionally or did I give from a place of manipulation? Because I'm so wounded, I didn't get what I wanted as a child and I'm giving, but I'm giving with an expectation. If you're giving with an expectation, that's not giving. If you donate to charity and you donate because you expect them to write a post and talk about how amazing you are, you're not giving. Not in my opinion. That's not giving. That's manipulation. It's a form of manipulation and it's a form of the wounded feminine. And it comes up a lot in relationships. People don't even know that they're doing it. It's subconscious. Like, oh, maybe if I clean the bathroom, or maybe if I have sex with him tonight, then maybe he's going to do this for me. We don't manipulate other people into giving. We give because we want to give. And we communicate what we desire. And if they don't give us what we desire and what we need that we have communicated, then we make a choice. But if we stick around, then we're the ones to blame. Make sense? I grew up being taught that I should do whatever it takes to keep a man. It's been a lot of work to break that pattern. Yeah. You should do whatever it takes to keep a man, right? So you'll walk on eggshells, you do anything, right? You'll do anything to please that person. So that's, again, operating from the wounded feminine. And the biggest breakthrough you're going to have is realizing that that doesn't have to be true for you. And what would you want to be true? And do you ladies see too, a lot of these beliefs that we were taught were beliefs like, you should do this, you should be this, this is how it should, never do this. Like, it's like, should, never. There are these definite statements on like what we were taught, and it's incredibly crazy. The way that I did, the way that I grew up, or whatever I want to say, I wasn't really taught much in terms of like, okay, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. But I saw the dynamics between my parents, and it wasn't very healthy. And that influenced my dating life, and that influenced who I attracted, and that influenced my patience and everything that I did and everything I put myself through. But again, it's never a waste of time, because it is really in relationships that you figure out who you are, okay? When you're by yourself, you can do a lot of inner work, but you don't really see yourself that way as you see yourself reflected through another person. So if you stayed with someone for very long and you're like, dang, I wasted all that time, how about you flip that? And you're like, okay, now I'm going to take my power back. I'm going to grow my love for myself, and I will not do that again, no matter what happens. But I had to go through that experience to get to the point where I realized that I wasn't walking in my power. So that taught me that. It taught me so much. What did it teach you staying for all those years, right? So these are the questions that we need to ask ourselves, because they are empowering, they're helpful. Yeah, I did expect love and commitment back. My friend is married and her husband has a porn addiction, and she's been helping him for years. Now they finally separated, but she's human, and she did say it pisses her off that now he will heal years later and be a good man for someone later. That sucks. So beyond everything else I've said about that part of like why you gave and what you didn't get back and what you did give back, let's say it's true. Yeah, you should expect. Let's say that's true, even though I don't believe it, but let's say it's true. How does it help a person to feel and to be in the energy of, oh, that sucks, now they're gonna find someone else. Oh, that sucks, all the work that I put in, that person is gonna go to waste. How does that make you feel, right? So everything that I do is beneficial, is like healthy. If it's not healthy, I'm not gonna do it. I don't do things based on what is right or what's wrong, because everybody has their own perception. But what is healthy for me? What is working for me? Being his girlfriend, of course, I was expecting a committed relationship. I don't see that as manipulation. Me too. That's where the submissive part comes from. That's true. I'm taking my power back. Yes, I love that. Yeah. So when I talk, just short before we move into the last part, which is going to be really fun, so stick with me. You're going to love this. Expectations in terms of giving, right? You have your standards. Like, this is what I will put up with, and this is what I will not put up with. This is like your non-negotiables. Everyone should have them. That's not what I'm talking about. So if you're going to be in a relationship, you're not going to accept someone not being faithful to you. But the way you act should not be dependent on what someone does for you. So that's basically what I was saying. Yes. Okay. So let's move on. Okay. So let's reset. It's been a lot, a lot of emotions. I know this could be very triggering too. Okay. And I know I'm coming off maybe a little bit more masculine in this video, and it is for a specific purpose, because this is a training where I'm like more like tough love type of stuff, like a lot of information. Yes, let's look at what you've been doing to yourself. Let's look at what kind of people you've been attracting, but let's also take ownership for our type, if we have a type, or if we have types, right? Like I said, I have been the one who's been emotionally unavailable. I haven't been the narcissist. I haven't been the needy one. I have been the one to help the ones who are needy, right? Okay, so I can learn a lot about myself. So that's what I want for you. So there's a reason. In some videos, I'll be a little more gentle, but in this one, it's necessary. You know why? Because I believe that you deserve to love yourself and have the freaking most amazing romantic relationship that really freaking blows your mind. So everything I'm sharing with you, I'm sharing from a place of love, even though it can come off a little tough, because I think it's necessary, because I don't want you to waste any more time, because if that's what you're labeling it, we don't want to do any more of that, even though I don't believe in wasting time, okay? You have to change your perception of time and age when it comes to manifesting love, because focusing on that is just going to push that partner further away, okay? But we'll talk about that some other time. So let's recap. We have the narcissist, we have the emotionally unavailable type, we have the needy one, the one who always needs you, and we have the indecisive type, the one that is afraid of commitment, okay? So which one do you attract the most? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Or what is the combo that you attract, okay? And also think about which type have I been? Which type have I been? And what traits do I have? What can I heal so I stop attracting the opposite wound in someone else because I haven't healed my controlling issues or I haven't healed my insecurities over here, right? And this is all a work in progress, of course. This is all a work in progress. All right. Now what I want to do, I came up with this like last night, it came up. I did say it's only going to be 4 types, but I'm going to give you a last type, but it's going to be, the 5th type is not one of these types. The 5th type is your future partner. The 5th type is like your healthy soulmate. The 5th type is the type of person that you do want to attract into your life. The 5th type is also the person that you want to become so you can attract that person into your life, okay? And that is the type we're going to end this masterclass with to end it on a very, very empowering note, to end it with inspiration, to end it with like clarity, because this is possible and you can do it, okay?